Brett Gardner, meet. That's 1 out. Next hitter, Nick Swisher, gone. 2 outs. 2 batters later, Robinson Cano, filth. Morrow, 6-inning pitch, 12 strikeouts. So Jose Bautista had a wild night. Bottom third, Jays trailing 1-0. Bautista off Ivan Nova. Oh my, bat 1, ball 0. Bautista's 39th home run of the season. Blue Jays lead it 2-1. Now to the 6th. Nova, scary high on Bautista. And Jerry Meals warns both benches. And Bautista warns Nova. Nova starts jawing back at him. They're going to unfriend each other on Facebook when this is over. Bench is clear. Take another look. That's an eyebrow waxing. Little scary. Sit back down. Next pitch. Nova. Bautista straight up in the air. And take another look at Bautista's reaction when this thing finally comes down. He's a little mad at himself.
Oh, he's bringing the bat, too.
Yeah, he might bring it back. And he walks across the mound. Don't try that against Dallas Braden. Bottom 8th, game tied at 2. Bautista this time gets his measure of revenge off David Robertson, 40th of the year. Blue Jays win it 3-2.
All right, so now the Rays with an opportunity to tie the Yankees in the East with a win in Anaheim. James Shields could tie the all-time wins record for the franchise with a win Monday. Scott Kazmir holds that record, 55 wins. They haven't been around that long. He played for the Rays from 2004 to 2009, and Kazmir now pitching for the Angels. And guess who was starting Monday against the Rays? First pitch of the game, B.J. Upton says, let's get this party started, right? Let's get this party started quickly. Upton's 12, Rays up 1-0. 5 hits, 4 runs, 5 in the third for Kazmir. Bottom 5 now, Angels down 4-2. 2 on for Torrey Hunter, but Shields will take care of him, 6-4-3. And he's out of the jam. Bottom 6, man on third. 2 out for Jeff Mathis, and Shields will handle this one himself. Struck out 10, went 6 innings, 2 earned runs on 8 hits. We'll just ruin the drama. He got number 55 because Rafael Soriano had his back. He struck out the side in the 9th. 38 save and 40 chances for him. The Rays take it 4-3.
So John Lackey and the Red Sox hosting the Seattle Mariners. And Lackey just wearing out the bottom of the strike zone. Top of the third, he gets Chris Woodard looking. Still top of the third, he gets Russell Branyan watching. Top of the fourth, he gets Casey Hotchman observing. Isn't anybody going to swing the bat? Lackey season high 10 strikeouts. We go to the 7th. Score tied at 3. Marco Scutaro versus Sean White, right up the middle. That plates 2. Scutaro had 4 ribbies on the night. Red Sox go on to win at 6-3. They're still 5 back. Throwing for Texas, activated from the DL. Man, the guy never looked better. Starts out with Joe Mauer, sit down, struck him out. We go to the 6th. Harden still got a no-hitter going. Orlando Hudson now, as Harden looks in. That's deep. That might get out. No, that's awful close. Harden, 94 pitches already through 6 innings. Flashback to August 15th. We do this sometimes. Kevin Slowey of the Twins with a no-hitter through 7 innings against the A's. But Ron Gardenhire, his manager, pulls him with the high pitch count. Me, I don't do it. I let him pitch, but what do I know? Back to real time. Harden out, start the 7th inning. Got Mauer again. Fly out, no harm there. 1 out. Next batter, Jason Kubel. What's he going to do with him? Strike 3, 2 outs. Next batter, Michael Kadire. Uh-oh. Walks him on 4 straight pitches. That's 111 on the pitch count. Here comes Ron Washington. They're going to talk it over. Jim Joyce says, what's taking so long? Washington decides to give him the hook. 111 pitches. Harden, 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts. Matt Harrison comes in. Harrison looking in at Jim Tomei. That's scary. Rips it, but it's an out. No hitters alive. We go to the 8th inning. Darren O'Day now pitching for the Rangers. Delman Young with a little cue ball to first base. It takes a strange hop, and it almost gets by Mitch Moreland, but they make the out. No hitter still alive in the 9th inning. Neftali Feliz on the mound against Denard Span. That's straight up. That's a can of corn. Now 2 outs away from the no-hitter. After a walk, Harden looking on, a little nervous. Feliz faces who else? Joe Mauer, hottest guy in the league, rips it up the middle. If you're going to lose a no-hitter, that's not a bad guy to lose it to. Look at Harden. Crapping. Rangers win it 4-0.
The Reds 23-11 since the All-Star break. Giants 2 games back in the now wild card race. Now, Edison Volquez on the mound, he didn't have to worry about his manager pulling him out of a no-hitter. Let's just say that. Bottom first, scoreless Aubrey Huff driving in 2 as Andres Torres and Buster Posey come in to score, and it's 2-0 Giants. But it got worse for Volquez. Pat Burrell coming to the plate. Scott Rowland trying to help out, but it gets past him. Huff scores. Giants with a 3-0 lead. Pablo Sandoval 2 batters later. Here comes Burrell. It's 4-0 Giants. 2 batters later. Freddie Sanchez. That'll bring Sandoval home. 5-0 lead in the first inning. It's the baseball equivalent of a good breakfast. But Volquez, it didn't agree with his stomach. He got pulled after 2/3 of an inning, shortest outing of his career. 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks. Matt Cain hadn't won in 3 starts, but he had it going. Top 8 gets Chris Heisey. He struck out 7 to 8 innings, 2 runs, and the Giants take it. Top 3rd, no score. Martin Prado up 2 on 2 out. Now look at the bat. A light-colored bat there, and he grounds out to end the threat. So Prado strands 2 runners with the light-colored bat. And, of course, we're telling you that for a reason. Top 5, Jason Hayward up. None on and 2 out. You can give him a broomstick. It doesn't matter. Base hit. His 6th consecutive at-bat with a hit. Next batter is Prado. Now, this time, he's got the darker bat. And what do you know? Always bet on black. That's off Jason Hamill. Prado's 14th of the season, and the Braves down 3-2. Bottom 8 tied at 4. Todd Helton, it's been over a year since his last 4-hit game, but he came through with 4. That's off Johnny Ventus. He was looking fastball, got it, drove in Carlos Gonzalez. Helton 4 for 4 with a pair of RBI, hitting .308 this month, and the Rockies knock off the Braves 5-4.
That means Phillies have a chance to pick up a game in the standings, hosting the Astros. Wild play here, bottom 6. Phillies up 2-1. Jason Worth on second. Brett Myers walks Carlos Ruiz. Now watch Worth. Hey, he's like, hey, is that my dentist? And Humberto Quintero fires down and gets him. Worth not paying attention. Somebody's running laps. That really, I'm sorry. Top 8, same score. Ryan Madsen facing Michael Bourne. Bourne lays one down. Ryan Howard tries to make the dive, and he's ruled safe by Greg Gibson. Charlie Manuel's not going to take it, and what do you think? That's very close. Now, the Phillies think Bourne was out of the baseline. Maybe they have a point, but Manuel gets the thumb later in the inning. Carlos Lee facing Madsen. Lee singles to left. Michaels and Bourne come in to score. Astros win it. Phil's still 2.5 back.
SportsCenter's top plays. Number 10 comes from Cubs and Nationals. Jason Marquis is at the plate, but it's not about him. Casey Coleman tips the ball up in the air, and look at Blake DeWitt. Grabs it out of the air and throws Marquis out.
Number 9, Yankees Blue Jays, Vernon Wells. Fly ball to left. Fred Lewis is going to try to tag and score. Brett Gardner owns a howitzer. Meet. Blue Jays win it 3-2.
Braves and Rockies. And number 8, Dexter Fowler over to third. Martin Prado. It's not all he did. He had a great game at the plate as well. But the defensive play made top plays.
7, Astros Phillies. Jimmy Rollins grounded to first. Brett Wallace makes the diving stop. Wow, that's tidy. More from this game later.
More from Cubs and Nationals right now at number 6. Aramis Ramirez at the plate. Roger Bernardina, he's not exactly a fixture on top plays, but he's been making some appearances for catches like that one. Eyes on the ball all the way. Cubs get the win, though, 9-1.
Number 5, Braves Rockies. Derek Lee deep to the hole at short. Who's been there for years? Troy Tulowitzki all the way across his body, and he gets Lee. This is hard, and that is strong.
Number 4, back to the soccer match, Liverpool and Man City. And Man City keeper Joe Hart, not in his goal. Shutout for Man City. They win it 3-0 with Hart keeping everything out of the net.
Number 3, horse racing at Monmouth, and Larry Kalmus with the crazy call.
My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. They're 1-2. Of course they are. My wife knows everything in front. To the outside, the wife doesn't know. My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. My wife knows everything. More than the wife doesn't know.
I don't know where I don't have a wife finish in the race, but that's my horse. Astros and Phillies. Carlos Lee Shane Victorino throws to Chase Utley. The relay to the plate in time. Angel Sanchez is out. He tried to score from first, but the Phillies looking like a Tom Emanski defensive drill. But the Astros win it 3-2.
Number 1, Cardinals-Titans. You saw it. Lavelle Hawkins takes the handoff on the reverse, and he jumps right over Marche Green as he tries to make... It's air Green. Watch what he gets. Nothing.
Now, Gordon Beckham found himself involved in just about every important play in this game. Bottom third, no score. Beckham's on first. Juan Pierre with a little pop fly. Felix Piet will make the grab, and then guns it to first to double up Beckham. Now, Beckham, no, he's a little frustrated with himself, but it would get worse. Bottom 5 tied at 2. Beckham on first again. Now, the go-ahead run is on third. Jeremy Guthrie with the pitch. Beckham thrown out at first to end the inning, and the first baseman had enough time to spin all the way around and get it. Still tied at 2 after 5. Bottom 7 now. Beckham says, "How you like me now?" Off Guthrie, 3-run home run, 2 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBI, and the White Sox win it 7-5. Now, member of the U.S. Army parachute team, Golden Knights, gets caught on a flagpole as he parachutes into the stadium. He was okay. We don't know if he was fair or foul, though. Bottom 4, Rangers down 2-1. Josh Hamilton off Carl Pavano, 29th of the year for Hamilton. He ties the game up at 2. 7th now. Twins with runners on the corners, down 3-2. Alexi Casilla. Off the wall, Delman Young comes in to score. They're knotted up at 3. Later 7, 2 on for Denard Span. Mitch Moreland comes home, gets Danny Valencia at the plate. Nice throw by Moreland to prevent the go-ahead run from scoring. Rangers would get out of the inning. Good fundamental baseball there. Bottom 7, runners on the corners for Michael Young. 2 outs, and he drives in a run. The Rangers take a 4-3 lead. Top 9, Neftali Feliz, and to close it out, he gets Matt Tolbert. That'll do it. Rangers take it 4-3. Feliz with his 32nd save. That's the 4th most ever by a rookie in one season.
Run down to their last out, Jimmy Rollins. Oh, yeah, Jimmy played pretty good. Off Wilton Lopez, his 6th of the year. Phillies tied the game at 2. Rollins went 1 for 7, but it was a big one. We're in the 14th. I said the 14th. 2 on, 2 outs. Ryan Howard. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't accept checks. Appeal to third. Scott Berry says we don't accept checks, and Howard. Oh, earmuffs. Take a look. If you went to umpire school, you can make the call. Later in the at-bat, 1-2 count. Howard, I said we don't accept checks. Appeal to third. Howard is called out and immediately ejected by Berry. And Howard's going to charge after him and, well, stay or leave. I want you not to go, but you should. And he did. They have to replace Howard, but they are out-of-position players. Howard 0 for 7 with 5 Ks. So Charlie Manuel says, Roy, can you play left? Raul Ibanez moves to first. Jason Castro leading off the top of the 15th. And you know where that ball's going. Uh-oh. Just a can of corn for Roy. And the fans go nuts. And look at Oswald. He's going to try and be cool. And there it goes. 2 batters later, Michael Bourne up. He bunts to Ibanez. Oh, look at Raul. After 14 innings in left, he's playing some first base. We go 16th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Chris Johnson been in a horrible slump. He went 4 for 6 in this game. Grounds to Polanco. Diving stop. Tries for the out at second. Safe to first. Safe. Hunter Pence scores. Everyone's safe. Astros lead 3-2, now 4-2. 1 on, 2 outs. Bottom 16. Oswald on deck, so they're going to intentionally walk Chase Utley. Roy Oswald, career 158 hitter with 1 home run. Oh! No. Astros win it 4-2 in 16 innings. And you're wondering, the last pitcher to hit a walk-off homer, Craig Lefferts, 1986 Padres against the Giants, and our John Kruk played in that game. 4-2 final. Let's check out the Mets and Marlins on SportsCenter and in New York. Hanley Ramirez against R.A. Dickey. Okay, there's the Mets logo. It's going to come into play here shortly. Ramirez pops up to shallow center. No biggie there. Now, on his way back to the dugout, he runs over the mound and kicks the logo. I don't think you're supposed to do either of those two things, Dan. I don't think you're supposed to run on the pitcher's mound, and you're not supposed to...
Well, you know, he just did.
Yeah, and look what Dickey almost just did.
But he didn't hit him. You know what I mean?
Like, he gave him a shave. Exactly. And then bottom
If
ninth,
you're going to hit him, hit it.
Luis Castillo, the former Marlin, off Will Ullman. Ike Davis from second. Don't kick my mound, bro. Mets win 6-5. Heels for best record in the National League. Braves in Colorado. Chris Iannetta with his own look. Bottom one, Carlos Gonzalez facing Derek Lowe. Great Gonzos. Off the shoe tops. 2-run shot is 26th. Rockies 2-0. Lowe's last road win May 22nd. Top two, Alex Gonzalez. I know, you know, everybody Gonzo. Off Jorge De La Rosa. This Gonzalez's fourth homer. It's 2-1. De La Rosa then retired 14 of the next 16. Rockies up 3-2, bottom 8. Dexter Fowler buying insurance off Takahashi Saito. Scores 2 there. Rockies win 5-2. They've won 9 of their last 11 at home. They need to be able to take that home crowd out on the road.
Sanchez going deep. Big night for him. 4 for 4. He scored 4 runs. Giants with a 4-0 lead after his third home run of the season. Top third, still 4-0 Giants. Brandon Phillips off Jonathan Sanchez. Number 15 for Phillips. He would later hit number 16. It's 4-1 Giants, 3 for 5 for Phillips. Scott Rowland. His 19, 7-5 Giants. Juan Uribe off Mike Leake. Uribe 2 for 4 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. Later that inning, Buster Posey up with 2 men on. Number 10 for Posey. Guys were padding their stats like they were a wonder bra. 3 RBI for Posey in the game. It's 13-5 Giants. Bottom 6, Pablo Sandoval. Hiya! The Kung Fu Panda. His 11th. 7 home runs in the game, tied for the most at AT&T Park. The Giants go on to win it 16-5 over the Reds.
St. Louis began the night 2.5 back of the Reds. Cardinals in Pittsburgh. St. Louis owns the Pirates. .660 winning percentage against them over the last 2 seasons. Beat them 10-2 Monday. 3-0 count. Albert Pujols, green light. Singles off Paul Mahalem. Of course, Pujols sitting on 399 career home runs. Next batter, Matt Holliday with career home run number 174. Cardinals up 2-0. How about Adam Wainwright? You going to become the first 18-game winner in the majors? Bottom 7 game tied at deuces. Pirates runners on the corners. Neil Walker singles, 2 score. Wainwright 7 innings, 4 earned, 6 Ks. Pirates 4-2. Now 4-3 top 9. Pujols against Evan Meek. 400? No. Off the third baseman, Pedro Alvarez. Randy Wynn held at third. Your tying run held. Holliday fouled out. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Felipe Lopez pops out. Meek gets it done, and so do the Pirates. They win it 4-3. See if the Brewers could further celebrate by beating up the Dodgers. Manny Ramirez looking at the 3-2 pitch, and he went 0 for 4. Now, Dave Bush has been giving up the long ball, and Rod Barajas is long stroking. That's 7 home runs in the last 3 games given up by Bush. Second in this game. Dodgers 5-3 lead on Barajas' 13. Bottom 9, Hong Chi Kuo on for the save. Winning run at the plate, Ricky Weeks out. Ted Lilly wins his 5th straight start since joining the club. 5-3. See that build-up there I had for that?
Yeah. That was impressive.
At 10, Japan, Mexico. One hopper comes straight to Jorge Mares. The pick, steps on the bag. We got more from this game momentarily. Just let this breathe.
Number 9, Washington and Connecticut. Tough chopper. Comes right at Tom Ryan. But look at him. Fundamentally sound, even though he's still a youngster. And we got more from this game. That wasn't the only great play in this game.
Nick Nardone. You're on SportsCenter, dude! Backhand throw! How many scoops of Wheaties did he have? Washington going to knock Connecticut out, though.
More from Washington doing the same thing. Nate Klein over to Isaiah Hatch. Now, if you saw the highlight earlier in the show, you know Hatch did some pitching as well. And he pitched that one over the first pretty good.
How about Canada and Panama? Christopher de Guzman down the fields one down the line at third. Just gets the runner at first. That's strong arming it there.
Back to Washington again. Isaiah Hatch again. This time he catches the pop-up and then doubles up the runner at second. Hatch did it all.
Oh, Canada. Irvin Indeni. Chopper. Throw home for the first out. Then Matthew Reyes fires down to third for the second out. That is a 1-2-5 double play.
Number 3, Japan and Mexico. Line drive right at Konan Tomori, who catches it, runs to first to double up the runner. I don't know how you say unassisted in Japanese, but I wish I did.
Ohio, Georgia. It's not about Alex Shutter. It's about Orel Hershiser with the broken arm. Nice catch, bro.
Number 1, I'll shut up.
Puts one up the middle, off the glove. Nardone again. Oh, man, awesome. You just do not see baseball defensively played like this at the Little League level.